Hey guys, welcome to episode number 11 of the Derby Crime Life. And to start off this episode, we are currently just about to go into the January transfer window. We've got this game against Swansea, then we've got Huddersfield, Leicester and Liverpool. Now, it's not exactly the most thrilling of fixtures, those first three, but it is an East Midlands derby against Leicester. And Liverpool should be... I might save that for the next episode. We'll have to wait and see, of course. We should get our FA Cup draw to see who we get, of course. Hopefully it's a nice, easy team. I wouldn't mind an FA Cup run this season. That'd be kind of nice, obviously on top of the Champions League, which we may get the draw for who we get in the knockout stages as well. So it's quite an interesting episode just to see all the chess pieces move. Looking at our board objectives then, we're currently 67 rated, even though I've hit most of them. So it's a little bit frustrating. I'm not going to bother with the youth development. I don't see the point of them. But as you can see there, one of the brand exposure objectives is to sign a first team player assigned to the forward position. So I think that's what we're going to probably look at. We are conceding a few goals, so maybe looking at that end of the pitch would be the more intelligent route to go, because if you look at the table, we are currently on 23 points with Everton and Arsenal above us on goal difference, literally. And the reason that goal difference, we've scored plenty of goals, but at the back we've conceded literally the most in the league. We've conceded 22 goals, the same as West Brom and pretty much Huddersfield, who are in the relegation zone. So I definitely think we do need to improve our defence. I think in terms of rating, like you look at the defence, it's nothing too amazing, is it? Let's be honest. There's nothing outstanding. Like in the midfield, you've got Ox in the attacking areas, of course, Hughes in the midfield, and Tammy up front. I know he's not the best rating, best in quality, but very good rating still, and occasionally does come up with a decent performance. So I think definitely improving that defence. We'll look to move on Sesso and Cambo, maybe even Kajara as well, to be honest. I feel he's really lacking in the air. Like he's not quite got that jumping ability at only 70, I think that is. So yeah, definitely going to look at a new centre-back, maybe a right-back, maybe getting... See, Wisdom's good, but he's nothing going forwards. That's the problem. It's literally just another defender, which is nice to have, but I think sometimes leaves the pressure on too much. So looking at our transfer hub, we still have 55 million and 390k. Obviously Pellegrini coming in and Jamie Hansen going in the other direction. So just looking at the transfer hub when it eventually loads, we have a few players here that I've added. Now, Lionel Messi, it would be literally all our eggs in one basket, but it would be kind of a cool thing to see if we can do it. I know he's a one club player, so it's going to be interesting. It will literally be all of our money, so we won't be able to sign anybody else, but let's give it a go. I know he's kind of old now at 33, so he is going to drop in ratings, but it would be a really fun little signing to make. I am going to offer pretty much 50 million. I may even offer just his value. I think that's probably the logical thing to do. If we can save 3 million, then that'll be nice. Now that's not too bad for an 89 rated player. I know he's not got the best of sprint speed anymore. What I can do is if I edit that to there, drop this by 10, they might accept that, you know. No, they're going to stick to the 50. Now, just for the sake of it, I don't think I'm going to do this deal at 50 million. Like, the 47 was more than a push anyway. But it'd be nice to see if we could actually sign him, like, in the contract stage or not. So, yeah, they're going to stick to the 52, just pretty much 53, which isn't too bad for Messi when you think about it that way. But if you look at his stats, he's got 81 acceleration, which is not bad. 96 composure, of course, 92 attacking position, and 95 reactions, 91 balance, but 71 sprint speed. So still has those amazing ball control and dribbling, finishing, free kicks, everything. All the technicals. He's just lacking a little bit in the sprint speed department, which I don't mind. It would be a bit of a strange. It's definitely a FIFA signing, that's for sure. We are going to give him crucial first team player. We can't afford it. Pretty much. Jesus Christ. That is a lot of goal bonus. 11.8 million after scoring 20 goals. I've never seen it that high. I'm going to remove it. I don't know, because I don't want... In a way, I don't want to do this deal, because it would literally... Oh, do I do it? It is Lionel Messi, though. That's the crazy thing. And, oh, he'd be a great player. But do we have bigger problems? Like, there's literally... like, the realism of this isn't very realistic. That's the problem with it. I don't want to make this signing for that reason. It would make the career mode very... I don't think he'd even accept it, to be honest, if I took that goal bonus out. But I don't want it to... Because it's not like an old career mode where you could take the goal bonus out, negotiate, and then you'd go, yeah, accept that. Now it's a bit more committing when you do sign players. I want to submit, but I think it'll negotiate anyway, I think. Oh, I'll give it a go. Why not? Let's see what happens. We can afford him. That's the mental thing. We can afford Lionel Messi. Oh, what do you do? This is... we could just accept right there. Boom, we got Messi. But I don't really want to do it because... What's his stamina as well? I didn't actually check that. That is a big factor. Ooh, do we leave it a little bit longer? Because his contract's running out at Barcelona. That's why I think on the transfer front they've accepted the 50 million. Question. It's just a little bit too unrealistic, in my opinion, and it'd be a little bit boring just to make one signing. I know it's Lionel fucking Messi, but I think you guys will agree with me. I think that's the right thing to do. Because I don't want to spend all of our money on one player. I have added quite a few players to the shortlist since the last episode. Tournament prize money then. These funds will allow us to increase the budget. Prize money 18.5 million, but it hasn't actually said what I get. Barcelona came back with 12.5 for Benicia. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do we sign Messi? That's the question. It will deplenish all of our transfer budget, but it would be a really fun signing to make, in fairness. And I'd probably stick him in the Vidra position. I think he could do that job very nicely indeed. Vidra's not exactly... He's got pace at 85. But even Tom Lawrence hasn't got the most amount of pace and still does a decent job at that position. So I think Messi... Obviously, Messi can do a job if Vidra's doing a job. But yeah, I think maybe looking defensively would be the wise thing to do. But we also need some goals. I think that's one area we're lacking at the same time. But we are going to go into the next game against Swansea, who are currently in 13th with 17 points, only 6 points behind us, so it's still a very tight moment of the season. So we need to make sure we win this game. Obviously, Tammy coming against his former club. I'll give him that black kit. Actually, I think most of the time I play against that red kit. Here's the Swansea City team. Then I remember last time we played them, they were very good indeed with this diamond midfield. Of course, Fabianski in goal, Roberts, Harries, Rodden, Gaia from Valencia, of course. Roque Messishinen, Fajar, Gore, Paulson and Rui Font. Very good team indeed. There's a lot of good youngsters in there and probably quite high rated indeed. So it's going to be a tough one. We're giving Tammy a go up front again. I'm hoping he can get some goals, but he's really struggled since like last February. On to Tammy. Can he get the shot off? Yes, he can against his former club. He has put the ball into the back of the net. Obviously, he was only on loan at Swansea. And he's not done that well this season, to be honest, after doing really well for... Was it Bristol City last season? Or was it Barnsley? It was one or the other, I think. And, yeah, he's kind of really struggled at Swansea, to be honest. But they have been chopping and changing the managers. And, yeah, he's not really found his feet there. So, it's good to get him a first goal, though, in quite a while. Ball into Simon. It's gone through. Can he get a shot off? Yes, he can. Into the back of the net. Moses Simon makes it 2 just before half-time. Really important goal. And one of my most consistent performers. I'm kind of tempted to look at Genk... And just look for another player of his quality, because they seem to have really good players on career mode. And you look back at the deal we made, I think it was only like 4 million for him, and he's been absolutely fantastic throughout this career mode. 4 goals this season so far, and plenty in the Champions League as well. Well, that's a ball through here for Swansea. It's a good save though from Fontana. It's gone through again. Really unfortunate there. I think, did my keeper trip up Kera after making a pretty decent save, to be honest? I thought it was going to be a goal straight away. But it is number 46. I think that's Gore, the cam. Yes, it is. And if you look at the goal, it's a great ball through, in fairness. My centre-back was nowhere to be seen, Kara. But yeah, my keeper tripped on my centre-back after trying to get the ball, of course. He basically had an open net to make it 2-1 and to end the first half. A little bit of a shame we couldn't hold on. There we go, full-time against Swansea City. Pretty much first half of football there. The second half was pretty dead indeed. There was literally one save from Fabianski here. And... that pretty much sums up the first half. It was a pretty close chance, in fairness, from Tammy. But yeah, most of the action happening in the first. I'm thinking Kasper Dolberg, to be honest. It just makes sense, and I need to do this deal before the January window comes around because he's only on 7 months left. As soon as the window starts, I won't be able to sign him because it will go on a pre-contract, basically. So let's go approach to buy. If we can get pretty much as close as we can to that value, then that'll be absolutely fantastic. Obviously, did absolute bits against... I think he scored a hat-trick, didn't he, in the... Was it the Euros? Or was it the World? I think it was the Euros I did at the start of the season, of course. So I don't think there's any players we could stick into the deal, to be frankly honest. Maybe a fullback, actually. Maybe if I stick Darmian, he's on quite a bit of wage, of course. They are looking for a centre-back. Now, annoyingly, Kerr's still involved in that Jesse Lingard deal, so I can't actually use him, and I wouldn't have minded it, but I'm just gonna offer a transfer fee then at around 40 million. I'm kind of tempted to go 30, but I don't want to annoy him. I'm going to go in with the 40. Let's see what Ajax come back with. They've gone up to 51. Now, if we can maybe meet in the middle somewhere, that'd be kind of cool. I will add on a sell-on clause. We'll go up to about 18%. Knock this down to 40. See if we can meet in the middle. Going with 44 million then. We still got an okay amount, but they are sticking at that 46.4, which is a lot of money, but it will fix a lot of our problems. If we can score goals, obviously it will help out a ton. The thing is, we've still got a lot of wage budget. That's what I'm thinking. And we've got Kajar to sell. We've got potentially Darmian and Sesuan Cambo. So there's a good 30 million there. Oh, I feel it's a too good deal to not accept in a way. It's pretty much his value. That's what he's worth. And he still has the potential to grow. That's the crazy thing about him. Obviously, we've already brought in Pellegrini. What I'm going to do is actually reject this offer just so I can get Kajar involved in other deals. I just don't think it's worth for Jesse Lingard 130 grand in wages. So yeah, let's go into the contract stage. I'm hoping for as close as we can to that current wage, but you never know. They sometimes come in with big demands. That is amazing. That is absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really happy with that. It's kind of annoying, the goal. Like, in my opinion, that goal thing shouldn't happen in this season's budget. It should be taken out of next season's, because he's not going to get 25 goals in 6 months, realistically. So I will remove that. Hopefully it doesn't go up too much. It's gone up to 33k. I'm kind of tempted just to accept it, because that's super cheap wages. 30 grand wage and a $500,000 signing on bonus. We've still got a lot of money there. I will shift over the wage a bit, because I was expecting to make maybe a bit of a bigger waged player, but I think we've kind of fixed ourselves with this. The money, obviously, that we had to put into signing Dolberg has been saved in the wage front. So yeah, we've got 2 signings now. I think for the time being, until we get to January, I'm pretty happy. We've got 2 very good players indeed, 83 and 85 rated, both very young as well, both left-footed as well, quite funny, and both just about 6'1", 6'2", so very good players indeed. I'm really happy with the business we've done before the window does open. I'm kind of tempted to have a look just to see any players that are their contracts are going out in the end of the season, because obviously I won't be able to sign them in January. We have got the... How lazy is the computer sometimes? The generatedness. I remember... When was it? I'm pretty sure it did one against West Brom as well last season. I think that was the cup game. It's just incredible. I've noticed that. But yeah, we've got Bournemouth on the 2nd, and then we've got them on the 8th in the FA Cup. I'm hoping we can do a good FA Cup run. And we've got Roma. We've got Roma in the round of 16 in the Champions League. So we've signed players such as, obviously, Pellegrini coming in January, so he's going to play against his former club. There's also another player I got from Roma. Who was it? Schürrle, of course. Schürrle played for Roma in this career mode. And yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how those players perform against a very good Roma team indeed. I might be tempted to pick up some of their players just to make them a little bit weaker, of course. So into the next game against Huddersfield, a must win. We have to keep winning to keep this top 4 position now. We're going to go for this black kit, I think, yeah. Let's have a look at the Huddersfield team then. They've gone for a 4-2-3-1. They obviously recently come back from the Championship after getting relegated. Juve in goal, Smith, Schneidlin, Jorgensen, Sirachi, Jonathan Hogg, and Kuyate, that is, I think. Yeah, is it Kuyate? Can't quite tell. I'm pretty sure it's Kuyate from West Ham. Gonzalez, Payne, and Zarate. Then De Potre out front. A very good team indeed. Obviously just come up from the Championship. They got that momentum. Gone for Danny Ings up front this game, and Rawson in the defence just to mix it up a bit. Good tackle there from Jeff Hendrick to win the ball. It's gone into Vidra, into Ings. Can we find it back out wide? Not quite. It's gone into Vidra though. Now into Simon's path. Can he go around the man? Yes, he can. He's been taken down. And we have won ourselves a penalty. 30 minutes on the clock. Not 100% sure who our penalty taker is as well, who's got the best stats. It might be Vidra. I mean, it is a booking for Tommy Smith, of course. Hughes has stood over it with 60. But then we've got Vidra on 77, so I think we will have to go for Vidra. There we go, there's my little marker so I can see where my penalty's going. And he's gone into the back of the net. I thought the keeper saved that for a moment. Oh, my heart dropped for a second, but it's a really good penalty from Vidra. And he's made it 1-0 in the 30th minute there. Keeper did dive the right way, of course, but yeah, I don't know if it went through his arm. A little bit strange the way it bounced off the keeper in a way. Yeah, he kind of saved it, but it went into the back of the net anyway because it was so good. 7th goal this season, and we're not even at January yet, so chance to get Vidra the top goal scorer accolade. Last 15 minutes here against Huddersfield. They have got the ball up, but just about dealt with it. Now into Ox. Can we get a counter-attack going here? It's gone back inside to Vidra. If Tammy can make this run, that would be lovely. He's just about got there. He's gone through the defence. Can he get the goal though? That's the question. He's got the shot. Underside of the crossbar. Ox with the rebound. Inside of the post and into the back of the net. We've just about sealed the deal there against Huddersfield. We've been quite tough, to be honest. Obviously, got that momentum from the Championship. Really unlucky from Tammy there not to find the back of the net, but a very nice acrobatic finish from the Ox to make it 2-0 and to make sure we get the 3 points away from home. There we go, full time against Huddersfield, a 2-0 victory in the end. Not exactly the most thrilling game in the world if you look at the highlights. So all in all, there's only about 4 shots, so not the most thrilling, but it's an away victory against a new team in the Premier League. So Vidra's suspended for the next game. I didn't realise he had so many yellow cards, and the next game is against Leicester, is the East Midlands derby, of course. Then we've got a day break, and then Liverpool. We have got a few days actually then after that Liverpool game to rest up against Bournemouth, then Southampton, then the FA Cup game. So not too long now. Obviously we will get 2 new signings as well on the 1st, so maybe making our centre-back signing before the January window opens would be a wise idea, because then obviously we can use him in the next game against Bournemouth. So yeah, we're currently on 29 points. West Ham have got a game in hand and can make it 32, but it's good to see we're only 3 points off the top, of course, so as long as we keep up the form, we should be able to get into that position. As you can see, Maxlow has gone to an 80, now that he is better than Darmian, of course, and very good stats indeed. He's got that standing and slide tackling ability. So yeah, I think I'll leave it here actually, because if you look at the money we've got left, I'll show you quickly. If you swing it over, we've got about, call it 20 mil-ish, 15-20 mil to sign a centre-back. Now, potentially in that deal, I'm going to stick Kerr into it. So there's an extra 13, so call that 30. It's kind of annoying that we can't get Kerr sold, but maybe in the January window we can sell. I don't really want to sell Danny Ings, but I feel he does lack a bit. I know he got us that win against Bayern Munich and got us through to the knockout stage, but I'm still waiting for the money from the Champions League, actually. I don't know if you get that in January or not, so maybe the wise thing will be to actually wait until January now. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode of the Derby Career Mode. We did break the transfer record again. Obviously we broke it in the previous episode with Pellegrini. Now we've absolutely smashed it with a £46 million deal for Kasper Dolberg. Absolutely fantastic player. I think we've got some really good players coming into the club to pretty cheap wages, in fairness, 85 and 30 grand for basically the best rated players at the club. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Leave a like rating if you did enjoy, and see you soon. Bye.